Hi guys, it's me again, Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet. This is my second video of the day, but you'll see them on separate days. I want to thank you for joining me here today. I'm not in the yarn room. It's got a lot of stuff in there piled up since I had my surgery. And yeah, I don't know that I can get in there right now without moving a bunch of stuff, to be sure. But that's okay. But this is a yarn video. The video that went out yesterday, it was more of a chat video and funny stories and whatever, and I hope you enjoyed it. But this is a crochet catch-up video. So yeah, there's lots to talk about because I have been actually crocheting. And I need to catch up. So thanks for joining me. Welcome to any new subscribers. I appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoy my channel. For all of you that have been around for a while, thank you so very much. For those of you that I owe Happy Mail to, I'm still having a hard time getting my act together. Barbara, I still haven't sent your card. I'm having a hard... I can't carry things up and down the stairs, so my computer and that equipment is up here, and my wallet is downstairs. So I can't... I have your address now. I can get it together as soon as I remember to bring my wallet up or the computer down. It's just a laptop, but it's where I do all of my stuff. And again, for I have mail I have to send out to my cousin. I haven't sent that to her because I do the shipping labels on the computer and I need to weigh things, and all those things are on separate floors, you know. Tracy, your bag of yarn is still sitting here. Again, I have to marry all of my pieces together. And since I can't carry things up and down the stairs, I mean, I can put them in a bag, but my husband does not. He's home, thank goodness. He doesn't like me to carry things, and then I feel bad making him run up and down the stairs 100 times. So we'll get it together sooner or later. So anyway, and I can't drive to get him to the store or to the mailbox anyway. He would have to do that. So, but we will get that done this week. I promise. Barring any major, huge disaster, things will get out this week. So let's get into the crochet. Do y'all have a Bible? This is my Bible. This is my crochet Bible, this little book someone sent me, and I used it last year, and up through this is last year's, but then I still had so much paper that this is this year's up to here, and this isn't what's done yet. And what I do is I just real simply write in the book the number. I number the projects as I start them when I'm being good. And then I just write what the project is, you know, the pattern, who the pattern's by, where I got it, whatever, the yarn I'm using, the hook size I'm using, when I started it, when I finished it, any notes that I have on it, anything I want to write in there, but those are the first things that I write in. And then when I've completed the project, the page gets bookmarked. Now, some of these are not bookmarked at the beginning of last year, but they were completed. I write completed at the top, and now I bookmark them. I didn't up here, but I do now. The ones that are not folded over, some of them from last year were carried into this year and are still not done, like my sweater, who's probably not going to get done. And if I decide not to complete the project, I fold the page in half. If I complete the project, I just fold the corner down. And I started doing that here, this far into last year. But if I frog it, or, you know, then the page just gets folded in half and I continue on with the next project. So Laura's knit sweater, they want to start a new sweater. I still have that yarn. Let's face it, I've casted it on and that's as far as it's going. So I'm not doing that again. And then... that's the last of last year's that aren't, except, well, I still have the multivalents, and I still have which I think those are more than a year old now, the multivalents and the Sophie's Universe or Sophie's whatever, the Sophie's blanket. I have it in a the yarns are beautiful. I just haven't, I was waiting for people and then I lost track of it. And those people aren't doing it. So what's not folded, so this is now this year, let's see, last year's stuff is all back there. This is this year's. So what's not folded is still not completed of this year's projects. Well, this is just my starter page. So there are a few, oh wait, this one's done. That one's done. I have a cardigan that I still have to finish. Oh, the shawl from Chloe's graduation. I finished that one. I finished that one when I was in Florida. While I was uploading another video, I was going through and adding things because since my first knee surgery, like 3 months ago, I haven't been really diligent in keeping up my Bible. So, oh yay, that's awesome. I got rid of a couple more of those because they are done. I have the blanket for Roy's work friend, and I have the cat's meow to finish. Oh, that one's folded. That one's done. So, 4 things that aren't done. Not so bad, because there were a lot more than that, and I got them completed. So, and I did other projects too. So let's start with, I'm excited about that. Maybe I will get to work on my Sophies and my multivalents. I'm not so thrilled with the multi. I don't even know if I have the whole pattern for the multivalents, to be honest with you, but it's that really, really thin yarn, the 1 weight, or maybe it's a 2 weight that I'm using, but it's still real, real skinny. You work a long time and you get this much progress, you know. So we'll see. We'll see. Elaine Brown Crochet. Elaine started working on her multivalent in the summer, and she got hers done, and she was real far behind too. So that was encouraging me. But I'm like, before I go back that far, I want to get the close ones up, you know, done first. So anyway, let's see, what have I finished? What have I worked on? Y'all know Laura from Mimi's Crochet and Farming, or you might want to call her an Alaskan Crafter, because I do when I'm on drugs. But no, an Alaskan Crafter is Jan. But they're up to their shenanigans with the Wipeout Wednesday washcloth of the week from a year of dishcloths. So it's 52 dishcloths from Annie's Crochet, and you can get this for sure on Amazon. You can get it from Annie's. I think I've seen people get it even if, you know, like used bookstores and stuff. I think you can maybe get it online, like at the library, if you wanted to do like a free, you know, and not have to pay for the book. But it's 52 washcloths. We started with the winter. It's divided up into seasons. And so we started with winter in the fall. We started with the winter ones so that we would be a season ahead. And so come winter, we'll have there's 14 winter ones in here. I counted them. And we just finished number 10. And she's not doing them in a row. She picks a number out of a hat, or I don't know. But she, every week, we thought we were just going to go page by page, and people were getting already after week number 1, people were already starting on week number 2, like the next day, and she's like, no, that's not the order we're going to do it in. So, you know, she had to be cutesy. Now, this one is, what's it called? This one was a pain in the rear end, I'm going to tell you that right now. It is called the Candy Cane Blocks, and this is what it's supposed to look like. Mine looks similar. I didn't do the pattern right because I don't know, I was an idiot. And I literally, I was just an idiot. So that's all that there is to say about that. This is how mine turned out. It looks very similar, but it's not quite the same. You are supposed to do 4 rows. I believe it was 4 rows of each color, and you make these 4 little squares, and you sew the 4 squares together, and then you border it in the green. I did 4 rows and 3 rows and 4 rows and 3 rows. I don't know why. I had a brain fart. So I got through the first one and I said, wait a minute, this isn't square. What did I do wrong? And then I realized 4 rows and 3 rows and 4 rows and 3 rows. Well, dummy. So, well, that's okay. I'll put them all together and they, I'll just make it so that they all fit. Well, they aren't going to all fit. I had this little space in the center and I'm like, and I did. I made a face just like that. And so I gave it a thought for a minute and I said, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I made a little tiny square, a little tiny green square, and I put it in the center, and that became the square of the center. And honestly, when you look close at her picture, her squares don't fit together really well either, and the author, and she kind of like forced it. And if you look close, you can tell. I didn't have to force mine. I just made a new little square. So this is how mine turned out. I don't think it looks too bad. I mean, it's a washcloth. You can scrub things with it. It'll work. It's all peaches and cream. No, wait. These are Premier yarns. Hey, this is Premier week, isn't it? So how nice is that? Where's my little bag of yarn for this? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, I used all Premier put these on sale. And you got like 3 for $5 or something of these big skeins of their Premier Home Cotton. And I bought lots of colors of them. All the colors that they were selling at the time, which happens to be all 3 of these really nice Christmas colors with sparkle. Like for a vintage Christmas with the off-white. There were other colors too, I think. And so anyway, I bought them because cotton for those big skeins, I think they were 3 for $5. It was a couple of years ago. And I am now really getting to enjoy using them during this winter part of our this. Will I make that one again? Nope, sure won't. The other ones, there isn't one. I don't think I would not necessarily make, just on that note, I probably would not make Rudolph again or the penguin. They're cute. There's nothing wrong with them. There was nothing wrong with the pattern, but well, I have them right here. But they're big, huge, like not easy to work with dishcloth. But they would be a cute trivet too. You could lay it on the table and put dishes on it or whatever. It is cotton yarn, so you could put a hot pan on there and you'd be safe. Not necessarily the metallic ones, because those will melt. But that's my issue, not the pattern, not the yarn. But for a washcloth, that's not a size I would like to probably wash dishes with, or body parts or anything. But they're cute, and so for cute, sure, but for function, no, I wouldn't make those. But I'm enjoying these, and for the most part, this last one was a little bit of a pain in the rear end, and this one I would definitely not make this one again, but I really liked this part of it. The hexagon, I really think I'm going to make a Boggy Blanket out of the hexagon part with just acrylic yarn. But the way they put this one together, you had to sew the snowflake on there. I made a blanket out of snowflakes, which doesn't make, I mean, it's cute to lay over the back of your couch at Christmas time, but I just dropped it on the ground. Getting to the ground is a problem. I'll get it later. Anyway, it's got a lot of holes in it for a Christmas blanket, so like it looks really nice on the back of the couch, but it's all one piece, and the sewing this together part was, I didn't like that. So that one I would not make again, but I will make the hexagon part of it. And I think I want to make it out of, yarn to send to Boggy Creek. So that's the first thing I finished. Then I finished, let me get this out of the way. Chloe asked me to make for her not boyfriend a scarf. And so I did. And here it is. And here's this. And here's this. Okay, so here's everything. So I can put stuff away. Now that after I do this. So I used puzzle yarn. This is the way it looks. I used not a full skein of puzzle to make the scarf. So I had extra, so I made a beanie to go with it. And let me show you. I'm going to put the yarn up to the side and tell you about the yarn. The yarn is Premier 100% acrylic. It is puzzle. Now I'm hearing, and I haven't looked, this is so hard for me. I'm going to tell you on a side note, and we're just going to squirrel here for a minute. I love Premier yarns. They have some really, 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 really nice yarns. And I'm not talking about Premier yarns because it's Premier Week and I'm not like doing a Premier Week thing or something. I'm not an affiliate. It just so happens that Chloe picked out this yarn out of my stash. I said, pick out whatever you want, whatever you think he'll like, and that's what I'll use. And I showed her the puzzle because I thought this is a real nice color combination for a man. And she's like, oh yeah, and it's a thicker yarn, you know, it's a 5 weight, so really nice and warm. He's going to be in Washington, the state of Washington, for the winter, and he's a North Carolina guy, so it'll be cold for him. So I'll show you the project in a minute. And then I just talked about Premier on the washcloth yarn. Just coincidence, guys, but it is Premier Week from what I understand, and they're having huge sales, so get on over. Juan the Yarn Addict has a Premier affiliation, so if you want to go buzz his channel, he'll get credit if you use his link. So, you know, do that for him. That would be awesome. Anyway, I hear that they are coming out with solids in this yarn that coordinate with their colors. Now, I've had this for a little bit. I don't know if they still make this color. I have not yarn shopped at Premier in a minute. As you know, I'm moving and I'm packing up my yarn and I'm trying really, really hard not to buy yarn. This is killing me because I want to go there and I want to buy puzzle solids and matching coordinating knot solids. It's killing me, and I have not looked at the website just to even see the solids and see what the coordinating things. Then I hear Hirschner's is selling, oh, maybe it's not with the puzzle yarn yet. You know, Hirschner sells the packs where they like put the colors together and coordinate the variegateds and the not variegateds. But I think they're doing that with the Granny Square yarn, which is not Premier yarns. But that's okay. That's Red Heart, and I think somebody said those were on sale there too. So if you're looking for a good sale, jump over there too. Again, it's killing me. All these sales are going on, and I'm like, no. I don't even open my email because it's a bad thing for me. So anyway, the Premier puzzle is a 5 weight. It's 328 yards, 300 meters, 7 ounces, 200 grams. 100% acrylic, and this color is called Crosswords. So this is the and I just used this is called the moss stitch, and as I've said in a previous video, if you have trouble knowing where the end is, put stitch markers. I was having trouble, and I put a stitch marker on. As soon as I started the row, I put the stitch marker around that very first stitch, so I could tell easily where the row ends, where my last stitch needs to be. So this is the scarf I made for him. It's long. It's probably about 6 foot. I was maybe longer than 6 foot. It was not. I was still crocheting it, and I thought, oh, I'll just use up the whole skein. but then it was going to be too long. So this is how long it is. Whatever, I didn't measure it, but it's taller than my husband, and by probably a foot, which is what I was told. Make it as tall as the guy is plus a foot. So that's what I did. And because the not boyfriend is supposed to be about the size of my husband in height. Well, I still had a lot of yarn left, and so I just used the moss stitch, and I made just a little like swatch almost, and I made a beanie. It's not the greatest. I just, made a rectangle, and then I cinched it, sewed it up, and joined it up the side, and then cinched it. I did do some decreasing before I cinched it together. Little ends are sticking out. Get back in there. Then I just cinched it at the top, and I'm hoping he has a bigger head than me. Oh, there! Look at that! I put the whole seam right in the very front. That was so silly. So this is what it looks like, right? Not too bad. I think it's okay. And they match. So I just thought an added bonus. She didn't ask for a beanie, but I thought, well, I have the yarn. Why not, right? And I had thought about using my knitting machine, but I was just sitting there crocheting, and I just worked it up. It didn't take long. And so that is now project additional. I think I showed you this. I wasn't sure if the scarf was done or not completely when I showed it to you, but this is how long it is doubled. And I really like the yarn. I really like the way it works up, and if it's too long, he can always fold it like this and just tuck it inside his coat. But I don't think it's too. I asked the advice of Juan, who makes scarves for men, and I said, what do I do? So now this is ready to give to him when I see him. So that is another done project. I'm so excited about that. Then, okay, now I'm not going to go into like real big detail with this. I'm not real satisfied with what I did, how it ended up. I finished my syrup project. Now Laura from Man Mimi's Crochet and Farming, oops, here we go, missing pieces, gifted me this wool genie, which is so cool. If you don't have one, you can just hook, and you pull the string from the yarn from the outside, and this thing spins around and gives you yarn as you need it. So very awesome. It's magnetic. So, and when you're not using it, you can just sit it like that if you want, or you can leave it dangle, either way. Then I bought one off of another website, really inexpensive, not nearly as nice as the one Laura gave me, but still it works, same thing. So I had three skeins of yarn, 2 of the green, and this is all that's left of more stuff on the floor. Well, that little teeny ball you saw, that's all it's on the floor. I can't get to it now. That's all that's left of that one, and this is what's left of 1 skein of this color, this variegated. And I think I'm gonna put they were hand dyed. I got a lot of, not only do I use my Bible and keep my Bible, but I also record all of my yarn that I use, and keep my labels, and I record all the yarn, and I keep it in a I have a list in my laptop. Well, there were 2. I'm missing a label. It's got to be in here somewhere. So I'm way behind on logging. There it is. I'm way behind on logging my labels. So this is the yarns. This one was from Ruby's Imps Farm in Middlefield, Ohio. Hand dyed superwash merino, 1 ply, 273 yards, 100 grams, and the name is called Sweetie. And this is the card. Oh, wait. There it is. Totally missed the whole screen. So that's the information on this one and how you could contact these people. My daughter bought it for me at a craft fair, and it looks like it was $12 for that hand-dyed wool. Then the other yarn, the green that you'll see, it's solid, is 70% merino wool, 30% baby alpaca. It is from Cascade Yarns. The color is 21. It doesn't give you a name. 164 yards, 150 meters, 100 grams, 3.5 ounces. And I don't see where it tells you the weight. But pre-stitching, they looked like they were the same. So I had 2 of those, and those, oh, the color is called Cloud, which doesn't make much sense, does it? Oh no, that's the Cloud is the store. Cascade Yarns Cloud is that's what's on there. That's the information I have. I ran out of the green, so we had to stop, and it wasn't long enough to be a scarf. Now this is my syrup project, so Bree from Breezy's Crafty Creations picked out my pattern, and it was a pattern off Ravelry, and it was just like you repeat the same 4 rows over and over, which are the same. It's a completely repetitive thing, and easy to do. And I didn't print the pattern. I don't have a picture of it, but I have my scarf. So this is what the pattern is supposed to look like. It's got single crochet section and then this double crochet front, like very textured, and Amanda loves texture. I made this for my daughter. So all this texture I put in the solid color, and then single crochets in the variegated to give it some real nice, because you know it's just a single crochet, so give it a lot of color, a lot of depth to not having anything fancy but single crochets. And they're in the back loop on one row, front loop on the other, so there is some ribbing or some, you know, like design to it. And then you have all this. That whole, when you see the whole thing, it's like really cool. My problem is that this is way smaller than this. When you put those yarns together, they look like they're the same. They were both, and like I said, the green one is on the ground, so I can't really hold it up. But it's chain spun yarn. They're both chain spun. You can see even in this that it's chain spun, but this ended up with this being this stitch way bulkier than this. So the sides of my scarf do this the whole time, no matter what. I couldn't make it not do this. So I thought, well, I have enough. I think I can do a border, and because it wasn't, this is how long it is, and this is folded in half. And then I thought, well, it's not long enough to be a scarf for a woman, but Amanda likes to wear cowls. And it's all wonky on the sides because, like I said, the single crochet part goes in way, and it didn't look like it was a design element. It looked like I didn't know what I was doing crocheting. So it looks sloppy. So then I thought, well, I'll put this border, and well, now it just looks sloppier, and I'm not real thrilled with it. And I'm gonna say it's the yarn choice. Like, I think I needed to do double stranded or something on the single crochet part of it. But if you, and Amanda loves, I cannot, I'm not very good at, but she's really good at, you know, making this look good. I mean, so if you do it like that, it looks fine, right? Should tuck that part in and make all the knot, see? Looks fine. When you put it on, it looks good. It looks okay. You got the little foldy thing in the front. I hate all this up around my neck. But Amanda loves this in the wintertime. My daughter loves having cowls. And like, I guess you could loosen it up. There you go. Yep, if I pull it like that, it loosens up. I thought maybe I would block it. I don't know. But anyway, I went into way more detail than what I really wanted to do in this little video. But this is what it looks like. It's done. It doesn't look so bad on. The colors look not so good on me, I think, right now. I don't have on any makeup or anything either, so that doesn't help. But I generally don't wear makeup, so anyway. It's done. So project is done. I worked real diligently, and since I've had this surgery, and I don't know that it has anything to do with the surgery, but the last time I worked with wool yarns, even when I was working with this before my last surgery, every time I would work on it for just like 15 or 20 minutes, my eyes are itching and I'm coughing. But this last time I sat down with it, I sat down and worked on that for a couple of hours and got it done. And I didn't cough or itch or scratch or runny eyes or anything one time. I have no idea. I have no idea. But I don't have that much wool yarn because I frequently have issues with it. Just didn't happen this time. So thank goodness. Maybe I'm going to get over the allergy working with it enough. I don't know. I don't know what to do with these little scraps because, like I said, the light, let me see if I can, I just can't bend down there to get it. And my grabby fingers are on the other side of the room. But it's just a little ball and then this. And I what do you do with that? It's wool. I'm not going to work up. I mean, I don't know what you would even work up with something so small. Maybe hair ties? I don't know. Any ideas? Suggestions? I'd be interested in knowing. It's not like I would want to hold on to it into my stash to go into something else that's wool, because I don't work with wool enough, and I wouldn't put wool into something that's acrylic for me to use around, you know, to wear or use or have around the house. I definitely wouldn't put it in a boggy blanket. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. And like, you can't get rid of it, right? I mean, you don't do that. Maybe I'll save it and send it to Trishy in a box with other stuff sometime. I don't know. I'm not sure. So anyway, that is all caught up on all of my projects. So now my main focus is going to be the Wipeout Wednesday, which will come out in another couple days. It'll be the next one. And the Cat's Meow. And the Warm Up America blanket that is from a couple years ago for Roy's friend co-worker at work. When he goes, maybe I'll focus on that one first, because I know the pattern and it's quick. And if I get that done this week, then he can take it to work next week when he goes back. And that would be nice to get that out of the house and that project done and gone. Done and gone. So maybe that's what we'll do. Focus on that and then the Cat's Meow. But I have the Cat's Meow sitting next to me in the chair downstairs just waiting to go. Because I thought, well, let me knock that one out. But maybe I should knock out the Warm Up America, the red, white, and blue blanket first. It's older. It's the older of the blankets that I need, or the projects that I need to work on. So I think I'm not going to give Amanda this for Christmas because I just don't think it's a Christmas present worthy. I'm just not as happy with it as I want it to be. And it's not the pattern. I think the yarn, I think it's the choice of yarn, and it's not Bree's fault for sure. But I think I should have, if you were doing maybe the same yarn, you would get the same, maybe, like, I don't know how you do this pattern and it not look like this. So it must be something that I did wrong, because I don't believe it looked like it was doing this, you know, where the skinny single crochet section was in and then the bulky section was out. Putting the border on it helped that, but it has a wave to it. It is wool. I could block it and maybe get that out of there. But if she's going to twist it up and wear it, you know, all like a cowl, I probably don't need to do that. And I really don't want to. So, so there's that. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. I've never blocked wool before. So I really don't know how to do that. And I don't think I really want to mess around with it. So there. Alrighty, guys. I am all caught up, as I said. So now I probably won't have anything to talk about for a couple more days. But I would like to do more videos than every couple of days, but I'll get it together. Just got to do what you got to do when you have time to do it, right? I think the video that I did before this one is probably ready for me to edit. So I'm going to do that real quick and get it uploaded and then get this one uploaded. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, all those things that YouTube loves for you to do. I love for you to do them too. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.